Hey, I still remember the first time I sat down with the Codex Z2 and realized my old rig wasn't just slower. It was holding me back from the kind of performance I actually wanted. This is for the person who feels every dropped frame, who sat through long load times and thought, I know this should feel faster, who knows that gear isn't just hardware, it's the pace you operate at. Before anything else, check the current price and stock, because systems this well balanced don't hang around, and every minute you delay is another session where you're not playing, you're waiting. You've lived that moment. You open a demanding game or a big creative project and there's that tiny hesitation, that split-second loading spin that shouldn't be there. That was your cue. Your current setup wasn't just old, it was behind you. You knew you were ready for real performance that doesn't beg for settings tweaks or compromise. The first time I powered on the Codex Z2, everything felt instant. The Ryzen 7 8700F doesn't pause to think, it just handles whatever you throw at it. And the RTX 5070 keeps visuals smooth and confident even when scenes get chaotic. You click, and things happen. No stutter, no guessing, just immediate response. Once you feel that kind of responsiveness under your hands, anything slower starts to feel like unnecessary friction in your day. Picture dropping into a massive open-world title where textures load as fast as you turn your view, where frame rate stays solid right through the high-intensity moments. Imagine editing big timelines or rendering creative work where the progress bar doesn't inch, it moves. Even everyday multitasking, browsing, streaming, chatting, feels crisp because the system isn't trying to catch its breath. That's the kind of flow you feel, not just read about in specs. If you're hesitating because something almost as good is cheaper, notice this: every time you cycle through comparisons, you keep coming back to what actually feels fluid and ready. That's loss aversion kicking in. You've felt lag before and you don't want to feel it again. Once you've experienced real, headroom performance, going backwards feels like a step you just don't want to take. One thing most people don't expect until they live with it? How come everything stays under load? This machine doesn't shout for mercy. Fans stay composed. Tasks stay smooth. You push heavy workloads, and instead of seeking a breather, it just keeps going. That confidence and consistency becomes part of your creative and gaming rhythm. You don't manage your PC, you use it. You game without hesitation, you create without waiting, you multitask at full speed, you trust your system instantly, you feel proud of what it delivers. It's not bulky or overwhelming, it's not finicky or unstable. At some point, endless spec comparisons just slow you down. You've lived with setups that almost kept up long enough to know the difference between almost right and truly responsive. You know what it feels like when your hardware finally keeps pace with how fast you think and work. And once you've felt that level of performance under your hands, delaying it only feels like postponing progress you already know you want. So if you're ready to stop settling for hesitation and start living in performance that genuinely keeps pace with you, check that price, check the availability, and make the call. Codex Z2 doesn't just keep up, it sets the pace.